Okay. All right, today we're going to talk about how to survive while homeless. Now, I was homeless in different capacities between 2010 and 2012, and I want to share with you 7 things that I learned about how to survive while being homeless that other people might not tell you. Okay, let's get started. The first thing is to take care of your dental health. Now, my suggestion is to remember that dental students all over the country need hours in order to graduate. That means they are going to be cleaning people's teeth for free because that's what they need to do. So, even as a homeless person, you can approach the local university that has a dental school and ask them if any of the students need their hours for cleaning, because you would volunteer for those students to learn on you and to clean your mouth. Just a thought. A lot of people don't know that when they are broke in college or when they're just broke. That's something good to know, because there might be a dental clinic that you know about and there might not be. And if there's not, you can always try the local dental school. Okay. Number 2, my second suggestion is to do yoga. Now, I had about 5 months when I was actually sleeping outside on the bench in a bus stop, like the type where the glass protects you from the snow and from the rain. I would sleep in this bus stop so that if it rained in the middle of the night, me and my bags and I, we would not get wet. And so what I did is every day that I woke up, I said a prayer. I set my government phone alarm for 5 minutes and I meditated. And then I did yoga. Every day, sleeping on the streets, I woke up, prayed, meditated, and did yoga. Do yoga. Not only will it keep your body, but it will also keep your mind, your emotions, and your spirits. Now, since I wasn't in a studio, I didn't have nice hardwood floors, I was outside on concrete. I didn't get on the floor and lay down and stretch and all of that. I only did yoga poses that I could do while standing up. But even just doing, let's say, 3 to 5 poses every day can really, really change your attitude and your perspective. Number 3, go to church. Every time you are at a homeless shelter or a sitting center or a warming center, wherever you're at, if a church van shows up, hop on the van. Now, you might be at a place where you don't believe in God, or you believe in God and you're angry with God and you don't believe in Christ. Go anyway, because what you will find is, regardless of where your belief is, you will receive a message that will get you through the next 7 days, and that's what you need when you're homeless. Okay, so definitely go to church, because honestly, the meal that they feed you isn't bad either. Okay, now number 4 is to pray. Like I said, when I was sleeping outside, I prayed every day. It was the first thing I did when I woke up. Now, the trick is, I would suggest when you are homeless to only pray prayers of gratitude. Yes, I challenge you not to beg God for an apartment, for a house, for a job, for money, for a man, for your children back, for anything. I challenge you every day that you're homeless to pray a prayer of gratitude. And personally, what I found, by the time I was thanking God that nobody rolled up on me and stole the few dollars that I had in my pocket, and by the time that as a woman, I thank God that no crazy man had driven up and carried me off in his van, by the time I thank God for everything, I was tired of praying. I didn't even have time to beg God for the things that I didn't have. And so the trick is, sometimes when you're begging God for things, it puts you in a space of reminding you of all the things you don't have. Well, you don't have the job, and you don't have the car, and you don't have the house, and you don't have the family. But when you thank God for what you do have, it puts you in a state of remembrance. And you remember all the things that you do have. And that is what is going to get you through homelessness. Okay. Number 5, be inspired. I recommend that you think of at least one person who has been homeless before who is not homeless now. Okay? Now for me, I had 3 people who were my inspiration. Kim, the singer, Chris Gardner, who wrote Pursuit of Happiness, that got adapted and Will Smith eventually played in, and then Tyler Perry. I couldn't really think of any black women who have been homeless. I'm sure there are successful black women who have been homeless, but at the time I didn't know any. So I chose 3 black men that I admired. And whenever I did get down, I would literally think about Kim and his testimony, which I have heard, and it has made me cry. Okay? I thought about Chris Gardner, which when I saw the Will Smith movie, even before I was homeless, it made me cry. I thought it was beautiful. And I thought about Tyler Perry. And since I am a writer, it is inspirational for me to be able to think of a writer who was homeless and became so successful. So those 3 people work for me. It might be 3 different people, or just one person who works for you, who you could think, if God did it for them, surely God can do it for me. Okay, number 6, read. One of the most important things when you're homeless is keeping your sanity. I'm sure you have seen a lot of homeless people who you just, after a few seconds of looking at them, realize that it's not all still there. One of the most important things when you're homeless, not just to keep up with your dental health, which is crucial, but you want to keep up with your mental health. So I recommend reading every day, because guess what? If you don't have a job, you don't have anything but time. The library is free, and the bookstore is free too. Don't steal the book. You can sit there for hours and read, and you know what? If you keep up with your hygiene, no one will even know that you're homeless. They'll just think you're a college student with a book bag. So read, read, read. Now, I carried a few of my favorite books with me while I was sleeping outside. I carried Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's Half of a Yellow Sun, one of my favorite novels. I carried Sherman Alexie's War Dances, great book. It had just come out during the time that I was spiraling towards homelessness. I carried Nikki Giovanni's 100 Best African American Poems, also, which had come out while I was spiraling towards homelessness. And I carried Trouble the Water, an anthology of African American poems, which is my favorite anthology of all times. And having these books, with me when I was sleeping at the bus stop, and having those books when I was, catching the bus to the soup kitchen or going in for, a homeless shelter before the cutoff time, having those books with me really sustained my mental. Even when I was having mental health issues, it probably helped things not to be quite as bad as they could have been. Now, the last suggestion is a really important one, and is to eat vegetables every single day that you were homeless. Now that you are homeless, this is not the time to be lazy, and it's not the time to be lazy with your diet. You need to be eating vegetables every day, because the vegetables are going to keep the teeth in your mouth, and it's what's going to keep sanity in your brain. It's going to keep your whole emotional state, everything is connected. You need the nutrients and the minerals and the electrolyte. You need everything in your body so your body can function, because you need everything that it will take for you to survive. So I don't want to hear that you don't like salad and you don't like greens and you've never eaten broccoli in your life. If the soup kitchen or if the shelter is serving it, you need to eat a vegetable. And honestly, honestly, you might want to cut out the red meat. Cut it out altogether, not doing nothing for you. You might want to eat a little chicken, eat a little bit of fish. But if they serve the red meat, you might want to pass it to somebody else, because you have to keep yourself together. Okay, those are my 7 recommendations. Of course, I hope you never, ever, ever experience homelessness. But if you do, it is temporary. You don't have to be homeless for the rest of your life. I'm definitely going to do a lot more videos on homelessness, but I hope this video helps somebody now or somebody in the future. And remember, please remember, never be ashamed.